It's finally here. Let's see. Global settings, blah blah blah. Source settings. Like it's coming in a bit too low for the volume, but oh well. I don't want to use decibel boost because then it will get distorted a lot. Device properties. Why is it at 100%? I guess. That's about as good as it gets. Does it still cover chat? It does. Perfect. I'm not gonna be looking at it anyway. I know not everybody's has bad intentions, but they're probably gonna be spoilers in the FC chat. So I'll try to check Discord and Twitter and everything as little as possible. Let's go. Actually, before I start with all of this, since I know I'm gonna be at some point doing dungeons during the MSQ, let's... Or do I have it? No, I do not. Let's at least have the Wondrous Tales with me, just for the random completions. God, it looks so much livelier than it was a month ago. Most people were in the big cities in Limsa and Gridania. Now there's people all over the place like ants. It's beautiful. What we have this week? This World Leader, Striking Tree, Ball of Embers. So these three I can solo. Palace of the Dead Heaven on High, sure, those are also one run is not that bad. Cuffs of the Sun is unsinkable. It's actually pretty good. For easy, just playing the game stuff to do. Do 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 do. So recap from what I remember, because I didn't actually watch a recap. We finished the stuff with Emmet Sulk. Came back to Xenos and Fandaniel being all nasty. Estinian and what's his face? Belsar helped us out. And then the towers started showing up with mind controlling people and having modified primals, I guess, and that's about all I remember. Do 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 do. Also, yeah, everything's turned off. We can deal with those some other time. I'm guessing it's inside the rising stones. Long time no see. Hello. I've always feeling the need to take stock. And they're gonna horse chestnut. Brown weapon coffer. Curious what item level it is. Oops, I didn't want to click that. I'd like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together access the situation in which we find ourselves. Assess the situation. Got it. Reading is hard. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers. Yes, that's a... I remember that. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telophoroi. Telophoroi stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, yes. Apocalyptic event that will result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have those towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Yeah, because of the primals. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned. Their fate... Oh, cause that's how they were getting the primals. They were using them as batteries, kind of like Matrix thingy. Holding them in cells and having their fate directed to primals. Unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anybody. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered at least. Someone who's raiding on Discord. But after what happened to Arenvald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yeah, because they're protected by the Echo, by the Blessing of Light. But the primals are so hard that you can't just send one person in and expect him to be fine. Yet what these threats... why is reading so hard today? Yet while these threats close to home are a paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald, with the big, like, the main tower. As you know, the Telophoroi are under the leadership of Daniel and one of the delightful Xenos, our friend. Which I liked at first as a villain, then he went kinda crazy and didn't make sense, and now I'm starting to like him again as a villain. I think for one patch or a couple of patches they kinda slaughtered him and make him go all out crazy without reasoning, and I didn't like that. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varys, and plunged Carloman into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession. But that has changed. Things change and in troubling ways. Because they're united now, they're not arguing anymore. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence, which did blanket that ruined city. Oh my god, Oriange, I'm having a hard time reading today. The inhabitants appear to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the place into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Tolaforoi. An army of Fremons is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. Yep. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. Yepers! We'll find a way in Charlian, I am sure of it. I mean, Alfie's dad wasn't really... He didn't look like he wants to help. Master Forchanon's comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The forum knows more than it's like... Yeah, that's what I thought too. They seem like they weren't really phased on, the final days are coming, sure, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, it's Tataru. Bad final boss Tataru. We just received word from Mrs. It's hard today. Mistress Kryl. She says the arrangements for your visit have been finalized. You're to head to Lim Salominsa aboard the next ship bound for Charlian. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of students of the students of Baldesion. Weren't they wiped out though? Wouldn't they recognize that lie? I thought the students of Baldesion were wiped. Come to assist with the Order's restoration. Ba 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 ba. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. Daddy wasn't really pleasant. Alfie wasn't happy. I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course. We should set off at once. Ba ba da ba. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry, "Wish you a safe journey." Okay, that was as much shit as I give to Taro. That was cute. Nodders. Bam 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 bam. So, Lim means, what's it called? Oops, wrong button. Linsa airship landing. We're going to Charlie and straight up? I wasn't expecting that. I mean, the trailer showed it, but I thought we'd slowly work our way in there and not... Oh! Just go! Unless there's gonna be a problem with the... Oh, they changed... Right! They changed the interface of how teleporting looks. So you actually get a circle to where you're going. That's cool. I don't want to go to the feast. Was it the NPC? No, that's the front line. I mean, if I would actually read the quest properly. Need to speak to Totaro before coming here. That's what Heidelin should have taught me first. Speak. Read. Everybody's running around, it's so cool. Busy little bees. Oh god, so many people here in Port Totaro. Hi, Thancred. Bad boy. Oh, she's pretty cool. I like the costume. It looks like a full set, but still, it's pretty cool. Anyway. Where's poor Totaro? Set her free! This is ridiculous! I remember there was a button to target the closest NPC, but I just don't remember how. Everyone's here. Yeah, literally everyone is here. Everyone. Which is good because I've already paid your passage and the fee is non-refundable. Of course she cares about money. In Tataru. The ship for Charlian should be pulling to port soon, so please follow me. And have all your luggage close at hand. Ba- Oh, this is the yeah, the one they showed in when you're leaving. Oh, I freaking cried like a baby at the launch trailer. We almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. It is nice
Voice
to have a
acting?
smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
Ooh.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one.
Oh, right, because he was also from
And
Charlie.
now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aww.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh. He was a thug, a rogue back then.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
He'll not be joining us.
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
Ooh.
I merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company,
Yeah, son.
or I'll be forced to respond in kind.
Little Lord Alfred.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Oh, I love it.
Better.
He's softened up a lot, Estinian. Aww.
Are you alright, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
She's not, she's the final boss. She's just pretending.
Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
You're setting us up each time. You're the final boss, stop it. I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise. Nodders.
I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Oh no, it's the boulder.
Hori! Kultine! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return.
Good,
We
good.
will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
Good boys.
We set the sail! All aboard for Charlian!
All aboard for Charlian.
It's time.
Be careful.
Nodders. Nod squad. Also, how are we just sailing to Charlie, and weren't they like really reclusive and closed off and don't want to deal with everybody else?
And so you venture forth.
It's Emmett! Oh, if he narrates the whole expansion.
Onto the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end.
No! It can't end.
Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Meanwhile, in Castle Natria.
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Bum bum bum. To all of my children.
Feel.
Oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps.
Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
Oh, we're gonna get such a beautiful view. Let's go. Twins are sleeping. Damn brats. Oh? Heidelin. Fancy seeing you here.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And
thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Yeah, why now of all times?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Eidolon has always been, a primal.
And she also, like, the thing on her chest looks like a mask.
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield.
That's why she has to come to us.
Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid.
I don't fully trust her anymore, but I also don't think she's bad.
Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
You left us with more questions, Heidelin.
Sharlian's just over yonder.
You didn't really explain anything.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Alright. Good morning.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen.
Dun, dun, dun. And then they hit us with a song.
Good old Sharlian.
Oh, I see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
All your friends are with you, of course.
Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
That's if they let us. It's beginning. Also, I want to turn the sound up a bit to release the cinematic sound. There it is. There it is.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
Old Sharlayan. Let's go.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any
Yeah, I
mention
thought
of
so.
scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we? Us to process our entry applications.
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Yes, lick.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Fine, deal with the Archons first.
Ishtola rule.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
So they have a
Confirmed
database.
your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Now, who do we have here?
The twins. Son and daughter of, you know, Big Shot.
Alphino Leveilleur.
Leveilleur.
And Alizé Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
So what if they're disowned? They're still scholars.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
Fine, be like that.
We shall keep that in mind.
Let her be rude, Alfie.
Charlian natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Patient?
I'm not gonna say I'm the champion of yours, yeah. Adventurer. Would adventurer really help me here? Artisan, I guess. So I don't think they need adventurers.
Indeed. Your profile describes you as an adventurer, but one also trained in the rather more constructive pursuits
See?
of procurement and production. You may enter.
So they care more about
And you, sir?
craftsmen and tradesmen than...
Justinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formerly, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
Spartans, what is your profession? What the hell is that purple thing in the sky? Cryo.
If you'll allow me.
Pikachu's here.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it.
I thought he's gonna act as bodyguard,
Desperate times
quote
call for
unquote.
desperate measures. I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
Aye,
I
aye.
have every confidence in my chosen company. dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Stop fanboying her.
Long voyage notwithstanding,
Freaking
you all
Alfie.
seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Indeed, we shall, we shall. That's a green star. What's with all the... This is curious, most curious.
Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
There's a purple one, a green one. They're super obvious in the sky, so...
Mercenary. I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Damn Estidian. I hope you pay me if I'm a bodyguard. Alright, so... I said turn it up a bit. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming to port. The officers are born bureaucrats. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. I mean, we haven't been on the ship for that long. Bam, bam, bam. Let's see, how does this look? First of all, it's 515, so it's worse than mine. But not by much. I actually kind of like it. So moving on. And then they give us chestnut armor. This one I'm probably gonna save for another class. Because now that I can tell that the gear you receive is worse than the augmented stuff, might save it for something else. Like if I ever decide to get my white mage or play a scholar, sage. So, Grant sweeps the silence with a speculative look. Why? What have we done? Why are you mad, Pikachu? I thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. Oh wait, let me... But this is Asa and Estinian's first time in Sharlayan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. Oh, so she's gonna take us on a tour of the city, I guess? You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey. Once you settle in, we can recover at Baldassian Annex. How does that sound? It is a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Lavayo estate, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. No others? I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to acquaint myself with us. Of course, you're gonna take Thancred and go on a wild drinking escapade. Likewise, a quick tour of the old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. Yep, it's a tavern. That's where you get the best gossip. The annex was west of the Etheroy Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. What about you, Orianger? I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. No. It won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. He's gonna follow his nose and find trouble. He's good at that. Uncovering stuff. But I could... Oh. Chadstinian off on his own. Well, Raha, I would like you to join us. Would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Wow, just call him old. That's... Oh, of course, if you'll have me. Come, Asa. Charlian awaits. No others? Ba ba bam bam ba ba bam. Come, Pikachu. Where are we going? After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead. Grahatia is now accompanying you, keeping at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. Oh, so it's just gonna follow me while I'll... Oh my god. Oh my god. You can leave Grahatia behind by entering a different area, using the Ethernet, or by putting too much distance between you. You can also speak with Grahatia and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have Grahatia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location, so here, I would guess. Next, try speaking with Kryl. Right. So he's a companion. Ah, he's following me around. God, it's also a bit like the frames are crazy with so many people around. I'd Kryl. What now? All set? Then let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Kryl is also now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Kryl at the designated location. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of discussion. Oh, so they're just like, if we pass a hotspot or an important location, they're just gonna chat me up. Enter the glowing area and speak to your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Cool, so they made it where you can run straight to the objective, which would be there, or you can just explore and get extra stuff. Let's try it out. I have plenty of time to go to the objective. Let's see if Pikachu has anything interesting to say about the city. Or is it just one in this like tutorial and later quests are gonna have more? Technically, if I don't go into another area and the city doesn't seem to have transitions, I could just explore the whole city. Though I would assume after she takes us to the last stand, she's gonna present us with more. Put these to work while I'm here. Hello, long time no see. Yes, yes. Do 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 do. And after this, let's try and empty my inventory some more. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, full. I guess that's pretty much it. We have enough space now. For a while at least. Bye! Alrighty. Where are we going? Oh? What is this? This place is called the Ferry Style. It's the first stop for cargo unloaded at the docks. You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation, but also the supplies that further Shalian's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep the attendants busy. Do you know anything else? It's coming and going at coming and going at all hours. I expect this pretty adventurer would be highly appreciated. No reason why you couldn't undertake any tasks which pique your interest. You've been cleared by the immigration officials, after all, and I am considered an artisan in the document, so... Look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Shalian the same way it is in Eorzea. But we wanna lay low for now, we don't wanna be the champion. So this is basically their sorting, their customs point. Right? I see another one over there. Anything else? Oh, there's another one. Let's do this one first and then the other one, because that one is spinny. It looks special. Oh! Okay. Discuss the statue in the harbor. This path leading towards the sea is known as the Taliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Shalian people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus when Taliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our fate is not so restrictive as to say the Ishgardians. Individual Shalians can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. Now that is a sight one could hardly forget, the great statue of Taliak. As a student of Baldassan, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but I gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I return by ship to the city. So I'm guessing Island of Thal. Is it this one, the small one? It's where the students were housed? Or is it somewhere else? No, Alright, I think this is the actual quest area. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlian tends to regard seasoning and flavors with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. And is encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf. Yeah, it's how the elven bread was in. I guess even worse than the elven bread was in the Lord of the Rings. It's meant to be compact, nutritious, and to fill you for long periods of time. It's not meant to be tasty, spicy, seasoned. There was one pupil at the stadium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so, the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlian, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Charlian when it came to cheap and convenient, Raha. But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when the time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe will take us up to the Aetheryte Plaza. Yes, let's go get attuned. But first, it's not super fancy, but it's pretty neat with the view here of the harbor, the statue. Pretty cool. Oh? Oh, it's a wind-up. Ooh, she looks fancy. The weapons, I love the weapons. So many people there. This is cool though. Entirely new city. Looks very Greek-like, which many people mentioned, and it's probably based on that type of architecture. And there it is, the tier, the fancy Aetheryte. Bam, bam, bam. I'll do this before doing the quest, because then I'll forget. Do 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 do. On wings of hope. Yeah, that song's freaking great. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's a perfectly functioning Aetheryte. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Thank you, Kryle. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlian stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aetherytes, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora. Yeah, if it's called an Agora, it's clearly based on Greek stuff. Charlian's largest marketplace. So I would assume that's the marketplace, and then what's the research? Is this the research facility? Oh, is it this one? Yep. That's the entrance to the Confluence. I have no doubt their expertise will prove useful at some point, so I suggest you remember the way here. Speaking of aetherytes, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I tended to rely on their far cheaper ferry services. They added the meme of the teleportation. I was pleasantly surprised when Mr. Statar informed me that the Scions are reimbursed for transportation costs as part of our duties, but I find old habits hard to break. That, and I'd rather not be bothered filling out the necessary paperwork. We have to check inside. It's a pirate! It's a sky pirate! Yeah, freaking Christmas outfit, it's pretty funny. Oh my god, they have a lot of freaking crystals. Oh! This is work they do. Mini crystals. A new shape of crystal. This is the standard. Most crystals, I think, look like this. It's so freaking cool. Can I go? No! They have even more in the basement. I wanna see. I wanna peek it. Can't. Fine. It seems the old method is simply not productive anymore. Humu. They're discussing innovation. Bum, bum, bum. The Agora. And this is the main market. What do we have around here? Retainer Vocate? Gemstone Trader? What do you have? Apologies, me. Still preparing to open our shop. Oh, so it's like in Yulmore where you don't straight up have access to everything at the start. X Potion of Dexterity. Max 67. They're pretty low. Antidote, eye drops. Shrimp ball. Oh, this is fish bait, okay. Wait, I don't want to go there yet. Tool supplier. Tradecraft. Oh, and they give you straight up level 84, level 90. So you can do crafting before you get your best in slot and stuff. You can still buy tools. Cool. Full plate armory proprietor. Spellcraft gear of magic. Level 8515. How do they even look? Ah, if you could only have the top part, the shoulders and the fluffy part without the rest of the armor. Yes, yes. And I'm guessing this is another color, yeah. Same model but a recolor. I think the darker one looks better though. How's this look? Oh, it's just a bandana. Bit disappointing. Boots. Pretty leathery, roguelike-y. In my head at least, that's how they would fit. Oh! Haven't seen the war ones. No. Interesting? No. They're so weird. Oh! Not really plate-like, but... Oh! Is this a dragon armor? Aight. I can work with this. Gray actually looks better, I think. Nope. I like the sleeveless one. Oh! This would... Doesn't really look like a... Oh, Vaiming, that's why, because it's not a tank. I thought it's a tank one. This would actually look good on the board. And these are kinda... meh. Oh? And they're fingerless. Yeah, these I like. Not really. This one's just awkward. Oh, hold on. Like the cut in the front. Right, enough browsing. What else do we have? Ooh. Bookshop? Newspapers. Various books. That's their symbol, Charlian symbol, right? Pretty cool little bookshop here. What can you tell me about this trail? These little open-air bookstalls are so uniquely Charlian. I'd always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. Nice. What can you tell me? I bet he loves them. Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Sure of it. Only a moment? How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like. But we won't wait around for you. But perhaps I'll return later then. He's so disappointed. Of course, there's the skimpy outfits. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlian, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Otherwise, I can think no better place to stock up your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? Oh my god, the dad jokes. On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. Let's head back to the Aetheryte Plaza, follow the path north, and climb the stairs up to that imposing building at the very top. Is that the Pantheon? Parthenon, or whatever it... I never knew how it's pronounced. So, Aetheryte Plaza. And then north. Oh, she means... here. Dude, it's such a cool and imposing city. This view alone, where you can see the whole plaza, the statue. I wonder where those skinny towers are, though. This grand structure before you is the rostra. Exactly, who cares about politics? Ask me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Charlian. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. The tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with a fitting journey's end. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. To be fair, yeah, the marketplace kinda looks similar to the Crystarium, or I guess now that we know this, the Crystarium looks similar to this. And also the style of like one big imposing building and then everything else spread around at its base. It wasn't that big of a fault, come on. Oh wait, she said east and not west. Apparently I'm directionally challenged. Oh, I like this. Is that a bunny boy already? Holy frick. People already fantasiaed. The armor is... Is it a bunny boy though? It looks like girl features but a bit rougher. I'm not used to seeing bunny boys. It's usually cat girls all over the place, or cat boys. I think it's the most common race I'm used to. But it must have been a bunny boy, because look how small the bunny girls are. And he was humongous. We've arrived at journey's end. History tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Nunkref, I haven't heard of him, build their first homes. In the present day it serves as the residential district for most important officials and the oldest Charlian families. Oh, so this is where the Lavalleur estate is. You see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Lavalleur. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance from for the time being. And with that, we'd bring our little Charlian tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldassian Annex? You remember the way, don't you? Raha. I love how she calls him Raha instead of Graha. Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, and then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza? Correct. After you, Asa. Might as well activate these since I'm here. So down the path and then bridge to our right. Which is that one. interest point. Across this bridge here, as I recall, stick to the path and be careful not to end up back in the Aetheryte Plaza. Shalin is full of educational and research institutions, but there are still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Oh, private schooling. You don't say. Oh, don't end up back in the Aetheryte Plaza, so it's under this Baldassian Annex. There it is. So I have this. I think I'm only missing that one as a festival, and maybe this one and the harbor, because I completely forgot about it. Ah, that's a casual outfit. Pretty cool. With a pin to hold that together. And the freak. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna send this to somebody because I know she likes this kind of style. Right, where were we? Did I tune? No, I did not. Oops, be right back. So, problem solved. Where's that little weasel? Hi, Pikachu. As the curious look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldassian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorstep of Phenomenon? But I think we explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you then. I am back and I brought Asa and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello Graha, it's nice to see you again. Why is it only Lalas that work desk jobs? What is this? It's a conspiracy. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Asa. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. How do you even pronounce that? Ojika? Ojika Tsunjika? Allow me to introduce Oji Katsunjika, administration officer for the students of Oldacian. He oversees the day-to-day business of the annex. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ejik. I really don't, sorry. I know a funny name like this should be obvious, but I don't. Oh yes, because I skipped Eureka, that's why. I read the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Charlian. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. And yet, it feels so empty, with so many lost to us. Our organization is a shell of its former self. So they didn't all get wiped out as I thought, it's just... Because I thought Kryal and Graha are kind of the only ones that remain. The day will come when we'll see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the Telophoroi fail. Through that door on the left there is the main hall, where we can discuss our options moving forward. My brain thought, oh, it's the operation room, that's why. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I had private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms, perfect for an afternoon do. Freaking student, you're acting like an actual student. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chamber is quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. But simply that we were often so busy with research, or exhausted from journeys abroad, slip into the Andron just to steal a few wings. So you just go there and sleep on the couch, I got it. Thus they became known among the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Alright, nap time! Nap time! Wait. Oh! That's what... Okay, so it's like an inn. To the main hall!
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Oriange. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal.
Capture and punch them.
First involves an investigation into the change which has come over Charlian, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Charlian focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
Right? What could be more important than the freaking end of days?
And one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Favner. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
That's why we don't stay here. Okay.
But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary.
It's easy, leave our scholars here.
Though it is a
Take
great
our warriors
imposition
there.
and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts. You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned.
I mean,
As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
and thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Yeah, that's what I thought so.
Allow me to offer my assistance.
Yeah, exactly.
I have some
These two
small
are
amount of
the
experience in the field of
most
research.
well read of us.
Alice and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
And me, Estinian, go and use our muscles.
The merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner.
Do we really need Urianger though?
Thoughts? Objections?
I mean, Thancred and Estinian and me are muscle
I
enough.
passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
It's a plan. We have a plan. So do you pursue Charlian or do we pursue... I would say we deal with Tafnir first. Oh, it's baffled. I've been to Tafnir before I can travel by Aetheryte, but what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we'd not have. He was of the same mind and has already secured the aid of good folk of the Confluence. Oh! So we're using the Charlian technology to teleport. Yeah, Moonbreeder. No, that's enough. He can't face Moonbreeder's parents. That sucks. Oh, so he did send them a letter to let them know what happened. He just doesn't have the courage to actually face them. That's really a big oof. No, we're not starting both at the same time. We'll be done with one and then come back. Oh look, it's not. Oh no, it's not a. Pretty funny though. I attend to this one? Yes, I did. Which ones am I missing? Scholar's Harbor and the Studium. Studium. The hunt for specimens. Nani? What is this? Limitively. Sure. Yes, yes, indeed I am. Well, as I live and breathe, it is you. Ha! I knew I'd be the first to track you down. Who's the guild ship stop hunter now, eh? Wait, you have heard of guild ship hunts? Yes? No. I have no freaking clue. They're not so different from the hunts you're familiar with in yours, yeah? To understand it, Rachel, they're any more challenging, but an adventure of your caliber. Oh, so it's hard hunts. Got it. We has hunts. Moon breeder. Bum bum bum. No, not yet. I'll take a break a bit later. Need to eat something at some point. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. You come to place a bounty on an unruly beast? By the scholars, you're Asa. I have, Yes, I got it. Don't worry, I am a capable individual. Need more few gleaners. For half the creatures they send you after, but then it's best not to worry about them. Slavies collect samples. Yes, easy enough. That being said, okay, so we start like other hands with smaller targets, and then it sends us after biggies. Guild ship Hana Junior marks, okay. Defeat the monster. So it's like the clan nuts, the nuts. Non-stop nut November. Got it. But before we go to the confluence, I want to unlock the studium. For our last travel point. Can I go around it and then... Bum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum. Doesn't this look awfully familiar to Amaroth buildings? Let me go in. Charlene. Yes, I know. Those are all. Okay, no. It's a different architecture. I thought it looks like the Amaroth thing. Actually, I can go straight up here. Ba-dum, bow, bow, bow. Ohio. Well now, this is a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? No, that's not why we're here. Trial of the students of Alessian. We seek passage to Tavnier. I understand that you can assist us. Oh my god. The test subjects. Welcome, welcome. Nani? Test subjects? I hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So, in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of ether hurtling around the live stream. An inconvenient, but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But what if we were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years we've labored to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherytes, but the aetherytes themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that our first test pair of aetherytes, one has been installed here in Charlian and the other one over in Yedlimat, a port town in Fafnir. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Ratzahan, and indeed we owe much of the breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we were to test these aetherytes. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherytes were made for people like your good self. The magic's imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. This sounds too good to be true. Right on Pikachu. And far be it for me to worry about such things. But do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? Only permission required is yours. Of course, because we're the test subjects. So assuming you're willing, we're all set up. It comes as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Yeah, that's a shocker. It's totally a freaking surprise that people don't want to get tested on, especially with, you know, joining the live stream. Becoming ether forever. I'll be right back. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they dream helplessly in the live stream. In the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain to see you aren't most people. Mrs. Cran truly knows how to pick 'em. Oh god. Yeah, she even has the hairdo of a mad scientist. We're screwed. If I might change the subject. Our Master Wilson and Mistress Blowada not present today. Oh, didn't you hear? They recently reassigned their post. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. Large-scale project helmed by the forum itself, as I understand. But I'm not privy to the details. What are they scheming? That they needed 2 top experts on Aetheryte and teleportation? The most knowledgeable people? I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your mind. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetheryte Plaza. I'll be along shortly. Oh god, what? What have I sold my soul to? Where are we going to end up? As long as we're on the island that she intends to send us. Sort of. We can find our way. If we're in the... If we're on the same planet. Can't be worse than sending us to one of the other reflections of the source. Or it completely disintegrating us. There's only a million things that can go wrong. Alright, now or never. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Right, we're all set.
She even sounds like a crazy scientist. Oh no! Oh no! No, don't skip the cutscene.
4 of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
Aw, she's gonna be disappointed.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects.
Sure of it.
Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Oh god, here we go. Why is she running away? What?
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
May Heidelin help her? Ah, she even has a touchpad. Here we go.
Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness.
Oh god.
Good luck!
We're gonna throw up.
What?
Bye, Thancred. Whee! Where? Okay. So we ended up in the general sort of that part of the world at least.
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay for a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have? What chance?
Oh god. Oh god. It's
Against such an insidious foe.
Fafnir. My stomach. My head. Oh no, I'm gonna barf again. You look like Estinian looks like he's the responsible one after a hangover.
Bad shellfish. Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Oh. I got this. I can do this. Managed to You'll be able to reach Estinian in time. Oh no, what is he doing? Also, am I going to barf on the way? Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. Estinian, where'd you go? What are you doing with my money? Keep it in. Come on, keep it in. By my news, traveler. Greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come to me, my special Amra lassi. Made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is far from calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Tavnir, I'm pleased to offer you for the low price of 19,800. What? For not one, not two, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. Price is high. Road robbery, anyone? Destinian, but you realize any words of warning you crowd would be accompanied by your last. Using gestures. Denied. The deal is fair. That you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie? This merchant was swindling me. What? Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my price confused. 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles. Okay, that sounds more reasonable. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I explore the town. God, Estinian. Almost paid 10 times the price. The hell's wrong with you? Dun, dun. Here. Praise be to the 12, my stomach loosens its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee and Extinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. You are in time. Excellent, you spared us, Tatarus. Mafia Tataro. She still remembers when we bought the sword, the katana. Sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Yes, yes. Do 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 do. I love the background, the BGM. Thy hair. What did he do? I found
Bidu.
it. Shooby-dooby, hello.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Ce?
He has a ponytail.
Who has a pony?
A ponytail.
Who has a ponytail?
Cetstinian.
Ah, n-avea și înainte?
9400 kill? Oh no, Tataru's going to kill us. Ah, stop spending money, Estinian. Hold a candle to you.
Deci nu-mi dau seama, cu update-ul ăsta au scos skill-uri din clase, gen,
Au schimbat un pic clasele. Sort of.
pentru că am 3 skill-uri de mag pe care nu le mai pot folosi.
Dacă ești într-un dungeon mai mic, nu le poți folosi.
Nu, sunt în Golden Saucer. Uite cum arată. Să dacă pot să fac print screen. Amen. Totodată funcționează print screen-ul ăsta de mine să-mi dau palme. Na. Uite. Asta sunt pe private. Noroc! Sănătate! Uite. Vezi?
Nu... Sunt într-o conversație momentan.
Ok.
It must needs be maintained for... Nodders. Bam, bam, bam. Da, doar fi scos sau doar fi schimbat.
Ok.
Eu nu m-am uitat, încă n-am făcut niciun dungeon, dar am aceleași skill-uri. So...
Care de butonul P? P.
P, da.
Da, nici nu mai asta decât. Ok. Mhm.